Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. Here we go again. A Florida grandfather allegedly shot in the head on Thanksgiving after a dispute with neighbor over loud music. Wife outraged as killer not charged after the claim self-defense. Now, this article comes from Atlanta Black Star. Shouts out to them. It says a Florida grandfather was shot deleted on Thanksgiving Day after an altercation with a neighbor who had complained about the loudness of the 72-year-old victim's music. The shooting occurred around 3:30 p.m. at a Broward County apartment complex located about 30 miles north of Miami. Her Lillian McLean had gone to the neighbor's apartment downstairs to discuss his complaint. The neighbor acknowledged shooting McLean but told police he acted in self-defense. He had not been charged with any crime, but the investigation continues. Now, what this remind you of? This reminds you of Jordan Davis in Jacksonville, Florida, years ago, and it reminds you of A.J. Owens, Utica, Florida, when a neighbor shot through the door, hitting her, unalive her. This is crazy. So what it continuing to say is, Rose McLean, the victim's wife, said she heard gunshots shortly after her husband had walked to the apartment directly beneath theirs. I heard it, and I just flew to the door, Rose McLean told WSVN TV. When I looked out, my husband was laying face down in the blood. The neighbors showed no remorse for the shooting in the head, she said. He wasn't sorry. He was just standing, looking at me with his gun in his hand the same way. Rose McLean said, and I go up to him and said, "Why did you shoot my husband? Why?" And he said to me, if I didn't shut my mouth, he would shoot me too. Paramedics were unable to revive her husband, who had been celebrating the holiday with his family. McLean, who drove a private bus line, was the father of two sons and a grandfather. So the dude doesn't care. He threatened his wife, even though she asked him, "Why did you shoot my husband?" She said, if you didn't shut your mouth, I would shoot you too. He was really bold with what he said, and they claiming that he wasn't even charged yet of unaliving this brother over loud music. And again, this reminds you of Jordan Davis in Jacksonville. And remember that incident years ago when a white man when he was in a gas station, a white man shot and unalived Jordan Davis while they was running away over loud music. Why are things happening in Florida? Why? You got Jordan Davis years ago, you got A.J. Owens about last year, and now this story. This is crazy. The neighbor is white, of course, so it's crazy. It continues to say, anywhere he is, I'm always with him, his wife said. We're like a team together. For him to be taken away like this, trust me, it's very hard. Police said McLean and a neighbor had gotten into a fight before the shooting. The unidentified neighbor cooperated with detectives and told detectives during an interview that he acted in self-defense, police said. Rose McLean strongly disputed the neighbor's claim. My husband didn't have any weapons. My husband didn't even have a knife on him, Rose McLean said. The victim's friend staged a prayer circle with his family outside the apartment where the shooter remained. It's crazy how mankind has gotten to a place where we doesn't honor life like we should honor, said McLean's pastor, Tracy McLeod, who would have thought something tragic like this would happen. It seems to me that the guy is white because, and we already know if a guy hasn't been charged yet, and they said it was self-defense, yeah, he's a Caucasian. And moreover, over loud music. See, stuff like this is continuing to happen to our people. And this situation is not even better. The dude just basically went downstairs to talk about the loud music. Unfortunately, they said it was a fight, scuffle, and shots rang out. over a loud music, over a complaint. Come on. Come on. And on top of that, he's unarmed. He is an unarmed man with no knife, no gun, no weapon in any sort, and you're going to unalive him. Now it says once the investigation is complete, the Broward County State's Attorney's Office will determine whether charges should be filed. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Atlanta Black Star article. See, stuff like this is continuing to happen to us. He is a 72-year-old man, black man, enjoying his Thanksgiving holiday with his family. And you have a white neighbor, you can see got hate in his heart, complaining about his loud music. Oh, hey, fine, it's loud music, I turn it down. But then you shot the man, deleted him, over a complaint over a loud music. And again, folks, this reminds you of 17-year-old Jordan Davis in Jacksonville, Florida, where he was unalived by a white guy in a gas station over loud music. And again, another incident last year, A.J. Owens confronted a white neighbor. She shot through the door, unalive A.J. Owens over on A.J. Owens' son's iPad. And now this story. So the people of Florida, they need. I know the governor, Ron DeSantis, ain't gonna do nothing about this. He's not gonna change no laws because at the end of the day, they're gonna say stand your ground. A stand your ground law still happening in Florida, and yet they still want to do this. This is crazy, folks. A 72-year-old man has lost his life, all because he want to talk about, loud music. This is crazy. Let me know what you think in the comments.